Hello and welcome back to World Tanks with me, Jack the Ripper. And the inspiration for the title and the way to use this footage for this game came from a song I was listening to. So I'm going to start this off with a little clip, tiny little bit of a song. So take it away, mighty Sam McLean.
They say winners never quit, and quitters never win. I keep picking myself up and starting all over again.
Well said, mighty Sam. And I'll leave a link in the description to a video for that song, should anyone particularly want to listen to it. Doesn't matter if you don't. But I hope you're still here after listening to it for a few seconds. Now, I was listening to that, and it was not long after I did my, I think it was probably my last video, on the 402, where I had General Rommel telling us how awful we were and how we'd all lost already. And I was sat there listening to this song, and I was just like, that is a really good way of wording it. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. And then the line after of, and then I'd pick myself up and start all over again. That, that can be applied a lot more to this game than it realistically should, considering it's a blues song and this is a game. But how many times have all of us, had that game where, or had a period of time on tanks, I suppose, well, maybe one game, but just more often not a period of time on tanks, and we just get worn down. We just kind of go, I don't want to play anymore, and you're just really hating how the game's going, how you feel playing the game. But eventually, you just pull yourself together. You don't take shots as stupid as that. And you sort of just, you start all over again. But I'd like to think when we all start over again, we do it with some form of slight improvement, some better attitude, and a lesson learned. Obviously not everyone will, but hopefully and some it may be enough do. Now, a lot of this game is going to be some basic 140 play, and it's quite a good game, and it kind of, one, it amplifies the power of both aspects of don't auto-aim and auto-aim, because I do a lot of auto-aim shooting in this game, and it works out kind of well. But at the same time, I miss a lot of shots because I auto-aim, so simple roundabouts. I just realised that's probably a very British expression, and I don't actually know how well that travels. Anyhow, you see, we're very outnumbered here, and I pull off a lot of stupid moves here where I just sit in a position where I'm trying to use my presence to stop them from pushing, and it works. I took more damage than I needed to, but it did work. And my point in case about auto-aim shooting. And having just been shot, why would you sit there? Like, genuine question. You notice with the first shot, low-rolled, second shot didn't, not low-rolled enough that it didn't kill him. So, thank you, RNGesus. And then we watch a Death Star roll 690. You'll see what I'm doing here, by the way, as I'm using the fact that I'm not spotted to be able to wait to pull out to get a perfectly timed shot when they're not paying attention. I'm using the third person, I suppose you could call it, view to try and get kind of rear shots. Now this was dumb. I got very lucky the E75 bounced, but the T30 didn't. And that is a lot of my health gone. And now that is my repair kit and my med kit gone. And look at how many tanks they still have left. Now, those guys, obviously, I'm just... God, you just realise, how old is this game? I was in Immortals. Sheesh. That was a long time ago. And, as you see, I'm so going to pick on the waffle. If you get the chance, everyone should and does focus fire the waffle. No problem with that. It's a genuine sort of tactic, I suppose. Right idea. Oh, another reason how old this game is. The IS-8's in the game. That looked like it bounced, but never mind. Not really sure what this IS-8's doing. Oh, it's weird to say IS-8. But yeah, you'll see, one, why the 140 is such a good tank on this game, and two, there's a lot of parts in this game where it's really not looking too well. First we were really outnumbered at this corner, now if you look, we're now being flanked and outnumbered in this corner. And I just don't give up. And it's something that I'm aware, I don't know. It's the general attitude I tend to face to this game. Of one of the reasons why I've been struggling to do content into the same consistency is I'm sort of. I'll do another video on it probably today, addressing this sort of issue where I always used to do lots of so-called epic games, epic replays. It's why a lot of you, I imagine, even know who I am, is via me featuring other people's channels doing that exact same thing.
We lost the track. We're mobilized.
And
They found us.
it's those tend not to happen as much anymore. Part of the reason why that sort of stuff happened was I was very, very inconsistent. I played a lot of high-tier tanks, specifically like tier 10s, and I played in a manner that, again, also what the hell, where it was either going to go really well for me, or it was going to go really, really badly. And by the way, that wasn't aimed for track shot. You should try and aim for tracks whenever possible. You should also penetrate them, if possible. Yeah. Anyhow. Yeah, so I always used to play these very inconsistent playstyle. Lots of foolish decisions, if you like. And part of that resulted in some of the games. Like, there's my game in on the Beard guys, where I did 10,000 damage in the same tank, 140. Just shy of 10,000 damage. But it was a real ballsy game. You know, there was a lot of stuff where if you had taken the time and gone, oh, what was the safe option there? That is definitely not what I did. But it worked out really, really well. But the thing is, what you guys don't see is the 20, 30, 40 games where that didn't work out really well. Where it works out pretty goddamn atrociously sometimes. And it's one of the reasons why, like... also, you really don't need parameter pen and mouse, point in case. A lot of people will comment to do with my ability of the game, my stats of the game, all this sort of stuff, and I take it with a pinch of salt. First of all, like, it's worth remembering I played like 5k games in the beta, so I knew how to play this game when the game came out, so my stats are basically someone who's already had their learning curve.
Ready to fire on target.
But even then, like, I'm very inconsistent, and I've been trying to get out of that habit, but unfortunately that sort of makes the gameplay I have much more boring, which is weird because I've managed to get first on Xbox for stats on 2 different tanks in that same time period.
Focus on this area.
Right, so here's where the interesting bit gets. So I've just been ammo racked. So I'm now ammo racked and on low health, and here comes a Conqueror. Oh, so I'm now ammo racked and my driver's dead, but I was moving at a bit of speed. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put cover between me and this Conqueror. Damage at this point is not that important, but I could quite easily go, right, okay, my game's as good as over, I could run and hide, I could just accept my fate, I could have given up right there and then, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going. And, like, here, I could be... This Type 61, how often have you seen where you're on low health, there's 8 or 9 tanks shooting at a tank, but he shoots you? And it's because people... I'm quite glad of it in a winning situation. People take a gun out of the game. And so that guy could have easily done that, but I still kept going. I still took the risk. And so here, I'm coming up on the flank of a Jaeger. Am I going to just go for the damage? I actually, admittedly, he stopped him, so I mistimed my shot, but I'm still aiming for the tracks, even with a damaged gun. And thank you, Mr. Russian Man. See, and then I move forward. I'm not playing passively. I'm not kind of giving up on this game. I'm on 5 kills, and even then, if you watch, I'm so close to getting Top Gun. I'm having a really good game, and yes, I'm there. I'm waiting, and I'm not giving up. I'm not going. How often have you? Like, I've actually genuinely played to the whistle, lads. I have done a number of times where I've literally put down my controller because there's artillery left, and that's it. And then I went, oh, right, I could have got him, and because they've survived, and I could have got more damage, and I could have done something else. And I'm trying to get out of those sort of habits, and I think I am. And this is much, although being an older game, this really gets my point across well. And unfortunately, I've not been able to play very much recently because my internet's been an absolute arse. So I am having to rely a lot more on older footage than I would really like to. But you see, I come out of this with 7,000 damage and 900, let's call it, assisted, which is 1,700 base XP game. So this was a really good game. And I'm aware that a lot of this has been rambling, and then there's only been about 3 minutes of actually making a point. but the point was very much focused around a small period of time. So I hope my points got across. I hope you enjoyed this. And more importantly, I'll see you on the battlefield.